Hi everyone, it's Salina. So today's look will be an orange look, and this will continue on with my Pride series that I have going on. So let's go ahead and get started here. I am gonna start off with putting on some foundation, probably from like here up, and then doing my brows, and I will be right back. So I had the foundation on from here up, and then I put my brows on. So let's go ahead and start with primer. We're gonna start with the P. Louise base in Rumor. And we're just gonna put this all over the lid, and then we're also gonna bring it out here and then underneath as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the oranges now. So I'm gonna be using two different palettes. I'm gonna be using the Fierce by Nature palette from Morphe. I'm gonna go in with this first shade here. And we're gonna just go in with a fluffy brush here. So we're gonna go in with that first shade there, and we're gonna go in with a Morphe R40 brush. So it's just a thick or like really fluffy brush, and we're gonna put this all around here, and I'm going to just swirl this around. Light motions. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's crickets going crazy outside. I sort of saw this look when I was watching the Instant Influencer with James Charles. Now, I'm not copying the look whatsoever, just basically the idea of a blown out orange look just all over the lid. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to bring this out here, and then you'll notice I'm bringing it down as well, because I'm going to want to connect it to that lower area as well. So the next shade that I'm gonna go in with is in the James Charles Morphe palette, and we're gonna go in with that top orange shade there. So I'm gonna take another fluffy brush. This one is just an R441, and let's go in here. So same sort of scenario here. I'm just going to swirl this around here, just a little bit lower than what I had originally placed the first color, and bring it out here as well. I'm going to take an R433 brush, and I'm sort of just going to use like the side of it here. I'm going to go in with this orange shade here from the Fierce by Nature palette, and I'm just going to pack this on the outside here to sort of deepen that. And then I'm going to go in on the inside as well. So they have been letting fireworks off like crazy, like every night. So if you guys just heard that. Alright. So that's that. I'm going to go back in with that darker orange shade, and we're going to go right in here to try to blend again. And let's go in with that light orange again. So again, blending. And I'm using the same brushes that I had before. There we go. Okay, so now in the center, what I'm going to use is I'm gonna go in back with the Fierce by Nature palette, and I'm going to use this shade here, and I'm gonna put that right in the center. I'm just gonna use my finger to pack this here. So sort of try to blend these. There we go. So I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have both eyes on. I've sort of gone back and forth with colors here and sort of made a little bit more of the oranges, the darker oranges on the sides here, and then blown out a little bit more on the sides. So that is that. Let's go ahead and start with underneath the eye now. So for underneath the eye, I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base again. So I'm going to start off with that light shade from the James Charles palette. So same fluffy brush, I'm just squeezing this here. And I'm going to go right underneath the lash line. And going back and forth here. Honestly, I'm just going to let it go and then see what it creates here. Yeah, letting it go is fine too. So that's an R40 that I have right now that I'm using, and it's just going all the way underneath to create just that blown out all over orange look. I'm gonna go in with Fill In Myself from the Jaclyn Hill 2 palette, and this is just gonna go right underneath here. Then I'm gonna go in with this shade from the, to try to connect everything. Okay, so other eye off camera and I'll be right back. So for liner, what we're gonna go in with is the ABH Norvina collection. This is their electric cake liners. With these, what you do is you basically wet your brush, and I'm just going to use, it looks like an M250-1, just like a liner brush. And again, I mentioned that I was playing with them, and you just go in with your brush like this, and basically you create the consistency that you want for this. So let's go ahead and do this liner. Okay, so I have the liner now. This stuff, I mean, I do like it. I do feel like the consistency on it, you have to get used to. Like, you can't have it too wet or too dry. But I mean, when it goes on, it looks good. This did take a few layers of everything, and I still feel like it's not 100%. I mean, there's another color too. There's white that's on here. that I hope to use on a look. And then also when I do the purples, I want to see about that purple as well. So let's go ahead and continue on here. So I'm going to do mascara and then lashes. So I've done my mascara and lashes now. One thing, because the liner that I'm using is like water base, or like you use water with this, my lashes do not want to stick. So I'm hoping while I work that these are not going to fall off, but let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to start off with priming the rest of the face. I did get a new primer. This is the Fenty Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. I've heard good things about this, so I wanted to give it a try. I said I've heard good things. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I heard good things. I watch a lot of YouTube, guys. So a lot of my research is YouTube influenced. It feels good on the skin. One thing for me is that my nose, I think I mentioned this before, but my nose has a lot of pores, a lot of big pores. So we'll see how this primer helps with that. I'm gonna go in with Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now here's the reason why I don't like doing my eyes first, because I feel like once I put my concealer and foundation on, like either you get like a harsh line here, it's not really like the blended out look that you had when you first put on that eyeshadow, but we'll see how this goes, because a lot of these next eyeshadow looks that I'm gonna be giving you guys are gonna need to be done this way, otherwise I will just ruin my under eye and I will be upset. I love how bright this orange look is. When you think rainbow, you think bright like this, right? Yeah. So let's continue. We're gonna go ahead and go in with concealer. For concealer, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape. Just putting some underneath. Now, most of my under eyes are already covered with all of that eyeshadow, so I'm not gonna put too much of this. But I do want to brighten this area, so let's see how I'm going to do this. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just go in with my finger, and then likely I may have to put some shadow back underneath my eyes. I mean, if I take away too much. I don't want it too far out anyway, so let's go ahead and actually I also got a cream bronzer from Fenty, so we're actually going to try this out too. This is in the color Macchiato, and I have never used a cream bronzer before, so we're going to do this together here. So I'm just going to use this brush. It doesn't really have a name. I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going to go in like the hollows of my cheeks to start. Because I don't... Oh, I love this color. Really pretty color. So here. Here. And then let's try this. I think I'm gonna need to get like a different brush. I mean, this one's working good. It doesn't feel cakey whatsoever. I think I've always been like intimidated by the cream products, just because I felt like it was gonna be like, oh, you're gonna have a harsh line and you're not gonna be able to blend it out. But I mean, and if all of the cream bronzers and stuff are like this, then I'm for it, because this seems like it's really easy to blend out. I really like it. Let's actually set that first. So I'm gonna set it with my NARS Laguna. Now I actually liked, okay, so one thing I'm noticing is because I have that base, my contour is a lot stronger, which I actually probably preferred this color more than my contour shade now. Let's try to blend this. I'm gonna go in with my Hoola Bronzer for Benefit, and let's see what I think here. So I think one thing to note is that you don't need a lot of like powder, because you already have a base underneath. So I'll have to learn that, but I do like that. Hourglass translucent powder. There's that. And then, of course, to set the face, we're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. And again, just like last video, I'm going to go in with that R2 brush. And I'm going to sort of go over everything, including my contour underneath the eyes. Again, this powder brush, it is more dense, so it applies more product, which I used to love, like a really full face, but I like sort of went away from that. But honestly, I love this. Let's just try to... Alright, so that's that. Let's go ahead and go in with blush now. Now for blush, I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta blush, and this one is in the shade She's Sincere. It's a pretty color. I was a little intimidated by it because it seemed like really sort of orangey, but seems pretty neutral. It's actually pretty. And again, I'm using the M427 brush. And I don't know if it's... Okay, so I've tried this blush before, and it just seemed like it was way too dark for me. But I was also using a different brush. I do love these dual fiber brushes because it just seems like it just puts on the product a little less harsh, and it looks like if I would have done this with the other brush that I normally use, which is this one here, I would have like a circle right here. So I don't know. I mean, I love the way it's looking. So So I don't know if it's a good thing because I'm having to use maybe more product, but I like the finish that it gives the blush. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with more of a gold highlight today. And this one is Champagne Pop by Becca. And let's go ahead and douse this everywhere. There's your gold. But you see all these dust everywhere. I think I forgot how powdery this one is, so I put a lot of product. Gorgeous. I think by now you guys know that I love highlight, so more is better. One thing I forgot to do is contour my nose, so let's go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to bring that here. And this brush that I'm using is an F67 brush. And I'm just using that Laguna contour shade. And bringing this down here. And then I'm gonna take taking the Hourglass Veil powder and just putting this right down the center here. And let's wipe that. There we go. So that's on there now. I have my highlight on my face. Let's go ahead and do it on the tip of the nose. And if you watched my channel before, you know that I like to take my highlight on my brow bone. And then also on the inner corner here. Let's go ahead and do lips here. So for the lips, let's go ahead and go in with, I've been told go big or go home. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with Neon Orange by MAC. And this is just all right, guys, so this is the final look here. Let's go ahead and spray. Great. All right, guys, and this is my final look for orange. Obviously, I'm not going to wear an orange eye and an orange lip or even this orange lip on an everyday basis. Now, I have worn orange lipstick before, but it's obviously not something that I normally wear. So if I did wear or want to wear this out, I would probably pair it with like a nude lip, so that way it's less dramatic than what's going on the eyes. But I love the eyes. Definitely love this. The products that I use today, this Fenty primer, the finish of my face looks amazing. So I am loving this primer, and I'll use it more to see if for sure I do like it. This cream bronzer, amazing. Again, like I mentioned before, I've been really intimidated by cream bronzers or cream products. So I just always thought like, hey, you're gonna get it here and you're never gonna be able to blend that out. Don't use it. But I heard really good things about this product, so I was like, hey, you know what? There was a firework. It scared me. I heard really good things about this, so I was like, hey, you know what, let's just go ahead and try it and see how it goes. And I'm so glad that I got this, and it actually makes me want to use other cream products as well. So I'm excited to try the cream blush that I got from her as well. As for the liner, the electric cake liners, I do need to try to figure out what is the best consistency on this. I do love that it can be so neon. I love that there's a white in here. This is probably the whole reason why I got this, because I've been wanting a white liner. So we'll work on these ones so that way we can figure out a really good consistency. But other than that, I'm really happy with the way that this came out. If you did enjoy today's video, please don't forget to like this video, and also if you are not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And continue watching what I have to create on my channel. Next look that I will be doing will be yellow. So let's see what yellow brings us next video. Have a good day. Bye.